The goal is to keep on playing the game. And by just keeping on going, that is the thing that's going to make you successful, however you deem success. And it relates to this idea around finite and infinite games, which I've talked about before on the channel and that you may be familiar with. Certain games are finite games and certain games are infinite games. A finite game is a game that's played to be won with a clear score and a clear rules of victory. But an infinite game is a game where the objective is to continue playing the game. And so for me, for my YouTube channel and for this business and for writing books and everything, the goal is durability. The goal is to just be the last man standing. And not in a sense of gladiatorial competition, because I also don't think of competitors as competition or anything like that. You know, one thing that Ankur said over the lunch, he was during the pandemic especially, people on podcasts and stuff were asking him, hey man, how do you feel about all these people starting YouTube channels and starting businesses and starting Instagram accounts and trying to compete with you? And he was like, don't really care. 99% of them are going to quit before they see any real traction. And for the ones that don't, I actually don't care what the competitors are doing. My job is to run my own race and to just keep showing up, and I'm planning to do that forever. And I think that's such a nice strategy. Last man standing. My job is to simply just show up and do this forever. And as long as I'm doing it forever, good things will keep continuing to happen. And I don't need to stress so much about what's happening day by day, what's happening week by week, what's happening month by month, or even what's happening on an annual basis. Relates to something that Morgan Housel talks about in The Psychology of Money. Great book. We've got a video about it linked up there or over here, which is that the way you become rich in the world of investing is by just being in the game for longer than everyone else. Warren Buffett has been investing since the age of 13. He's now 95. He's been doing it for 80 years. And 99% of his money has come in the last 10 years or something absurd like that. There is incredible value in just being in the game for a very long time. And so this is why they say that the first rule of investing is don't lose money. And the second rule of investing is see rule number 1. Because losing money and your bank balance going to zero and your investments going to zero is going to take you out of the game. You can no longer play the game, which is why things like crypto and stuff, putting all your money in crypto is probably a bad idea because it's kind of high risk. But as long as you can stay in the game for a sufficiently long period of time, that is when you experience all the compounding growth. That's when everything becomes successful. So last man standing is the success strategy that everyone ignores. All right, life lesson number 5 that I wish I'd known sooner is be wary of optimizing the fun out of the game that you're playing. I got this from one of these video game review YouTube channels. I can't remember which one. And they do long video essays about games like Elden Ring and Skyrim and World of Warcraft and just video essays exploring the world of video games. I don't play very many video games, but I do enjoy the world. So I watch a lot of videos about video games, weirdly. And this creator said a quote from a game designer. And the quote was something to the effect of, left unchecked, players will optimize the fun out of the game they're playing. Left unchecked, players will optimize the fun out of the game they're playing. I loved that quote and it really resonated with me, firstly on a video game perspective, because I used to play World of Warcraft back in the day and I did optimize the fun out of it. I was doing a lot of grinding, a lot of min-maxing to get my character, my level 80 warlock up to a sufficient standard to be able to take down